Hey guys, I'm just going to give you a couple of quick Canvas tips based on some feedback I'm receiving from my students and my softball players. I've talked to my athletes. I've talked to about 150 students about their virtual learning experience. And here are some things that I think personally work for me on Canvas that could help you out. So I'm just going to give you a couple of suggestions. The first one is on your courses, we have students, and you probably are noticing, we still have students logging in the wrong class periods. You would think by now that they would have figured out their classes, but some of the issues the students have is they're looking at the class period that's listed on your Canvas course. Remember, a lot of you at the beginning cross-listed your Canvas courses. So for example, here is my fall period 2. All of my pre-AP geometry classes are in this class. So 2, 4, 5, and 6 are all in here. So if a student has me 5th period, it shows up on their Canvas dashboard as a 2nd period class. And I think that's why some of our students are getting confused. So here's the first thing you can do to help out. When you click on your course, if you don't want that class period to show up to the students, you're going to scroll down and you're going to go to Settings. Once you go to Settings, you're going to go to Course Details. So again, I scrolled down, I went to Settings, and now I'm at Course Details. Again, we don't want the students to log in and they're in your 5th period, but your Canvas course has 2nd period in the title. This makes it confusing for some of the kiddos, even though they've been going through the schedule. I know for some kids, organizationally, it's difficult. So just to make it simple, you're going to come down here to the name part, and that's where it's going to say Stoughton Fall 2nd period, Stoughton Fall 3rd period. Change the name of your course for that section. So for me, this is period 2 on my Canvas where I can see it, but I don't want my students seeing period 2. I want them seeing the title of the course, and the title of the course is Geometry Pre-AP Fall 2021. So once you've changed your title of your course, you scroll down to the bottom and you update your course details. So now when the students look at your course in Canvas, they're not going to see English period 3, they're going to see Pre-AP English. English 3, they're not going to see a class period. So that's one thing that's confusing the students. The next thing is in modules. Some students say that teachers are copying and pasting this Rattler check-in multiple times, like every day there's a copy of the Rattler check-in and that they have a whole module full of Rattler check-ins. Rattler check-in is only needed in one spot. This same link is your universal link every day. The kids will click on it and it comes up a blank form every single day. So you do not need to copy your Rattler check-in over and over and over and over again every day. You just need one. The next thing that's a really big one for the kiddos is a lot of the kids feel overwhelmed with the amount of work they're getting. And some of it probably has to do with we're not in the classroom right now and we can't do an in-person warm-up and we can't separate what we're doing in class from what the students are responsible for at home. So everything in essence has become homework to them and they feel overwhelmed. One thing that I think would be really good, and I'm going to show you how to do these emojis, is to find an emoji or find some kind of a system where the students know which assignments are warm-ups, classwork and notes and participation piece, and which ones you're actually going to grade and put into TAC, into home access. So if you look at my course right here, I've got my Rattler check-in at the top. They click on it every day when they log in. And then coming down here, they've got the pacing calendar, the detailed unit stuff. This is one of the first assignments we did. It's a getting to know you piece for the kids. And then here's a flipped classroom expectation. That's something that I'm doing with some of my students asynchronously. But down here, if you look in my Unit 1 module, I've got emojis for pretty much, pretty much everything. My students have given me a lot of positive feedback. I know the math department is using these emojis quite a bit. And what we're doing is we're trying to make a uniform system that the kids understand so they can look on here and see, oh, this is something I have to turn in. Oh, this is just a warm-up. I've got to turn it in, but it's just a warm-up. So putting emojis in front of your assignments is a big booster for your kids, especially our visual learners and our students that have trouble with organizational skills and have trouble just mentally connecting things. So what I do on my Canvas is everything that the students do that goes into my gradebook on TAC has a red A in front of it. Everything that the students will do, if it's a quiz, I end up putting a little blue icon in front of it. If it's a warm-up, I'll put a flame or a pear in front of it for Pear Deck. Those are some warm-ups and in-class activities. Or I'll put a green check mark in it if it's a Google form, something that they have to fill out like an exit ticket or something like that. So when my kiddos hop on my Canvas, they know exactly what they're looking for. At the top, I have a resources page with videos, notes. So for my asynchronous learners and for my kiddos that need extra help, I've got that link at the top of every unit, and it pulls up a notes piece and then video resources that the students can use for each day. And again, everybody's organizationally different. I have severe OCD, and so I have to be very, very organized or I go crazy. And so I have the notes for the day. Day 3 ran over into day 5, so what we did was I left it under day 5. Here are the notes and here are the videos. So as far as putting emojis on your titles, again, I would recommend having one page for your resources, your videos, and your notes. Here's how you put an emoji in front of a title. You're going to click on, for example, let's click on this pre-assessment. I'm going to click on the little skinny snowman and I'm going to click edit. I'm going to put my cursor in the box where I want to put my emoji. If you want to put your emoji at the end, put your cursor at the end. I like having them in the front. That's where my students are conditioned. And I want to show my students, hey, this is going to be graded and put in home access. So I want to put a red A in front of it. You hit the Windows key, the one that looks like the Windows icon, which is on the left side of your space bar. You hit the Windows key and you hold it down. While you're holding the Windows key down, you hit the period. That pulls up your emoji list. And then you can insert any kind of emojis you want in front of your assignments. So if I want to insert, hey, this is for a grade, I type in A because the A is what I'm using. I put A, I mouse down and click it, and now I can save it and I'll update it, and then that will show up in my title. Using something like this will really be helpful to our students. I will tell you they are very overwhelmed and everybody's Canvas scheme is a little different. The emojis are huge to me, and I know that they're helping the students. So again, you hit the Windows key, you hit the period, and then you type in what you're looking for. If I wanted to put a calendar in, I'll type in calendar, and it pulls up all the calendar emojis for you to choose from. I want this one, I'm going to click on that one, and it inserts it for me. I hit update, and then I'm ready to go. So you can see this is a good way for you to update your Canvas and make sure that your students know exactly what assignments are going in the gradebook. I think what we're all seeing is that they want to get the work done, they're trying to be responsible, but sometimes we're not getting their best effort because they're participating, but they're kind of rushing through their assignments and they're not sure what's actually going in the gradebook and what's not going in the gradebook as is. My students, anything with a green check mark, a Pear Deck, a flame in front of it, anything like that, they know is the participation piece that I look at for their participation points. But anything with a red A in front of it is going in the gradebook as is. So if I take this assessment, this point, line, plane vocabulary practice, if I click on this to do it, I know that whatever grade I get on this quiz or this assignment is going in the gradebook. It is going in home access. So that's just something I thought I would share with the emojis. And you can do that pretty much anywhere. I think that would be very helpful to the students. They are really lost right now. It's a lot. It's overwhelming for us. It's overwhelming for them. And they've got 8 different classes, 8 different teachers, 8 different organizational styles, 8 different sets of deadlines, 8 different sets of material. And I know we are overwhelmed too, but I think you'll find that this will help your kiddos out by putting the emojis in front. The last thing I would recommend for you is do not have your assignments page enabled. If you have your assignments page enabled, when the kids come into your Canvas, excuse me, the first thing they're going to do is log into your assignments, because what are we conditioned to do as students? What do I have to turn in? Assignments. If you look at the assignments page, there is no rhyme or reason to how these are organized. There's a Unit 2 activity up here, and there's Unit 1 down here. It's all mixed up, and the students won't know where to go. So I would recommend having this page disabled. Only have your modules page open. Even though you have the assignments page disabled like I do over here, you can see that the students can't see it. All of my assignments that I publish are still in my Canvas. It's just if I want the students to see them, I have to add them to the module. Every assignment I have is visible here. These flashcards, we haven't gotten to Unit 2 yet. I haven't even published that yet, but it's available. Anything that's in that assignment group can still be added to your Canvas. But I would highly recommend, unless you have some other format or it's a special type of CTE course, that the assignments be disabled, because that page is going to conflict with modules and extremely confuse or severely confuse the students, some of our student population. So anyway, those are just some things that I felt would help you out. If you want to go to your navigation bar and change what shows up over here on this side, you will go down to your settings, like new analytics. There's no reason for new analytics to show up in my page. I'm not using it right now. So I'm going to go to navigation. And when you click on settings and navigation, this shows you everything that's visible on the left-hand side of your Canvas when the students log in. You can see the little eyeballs with lines through them here. I can see these things, the students can't. So if you want to move things, you can. Drag the skinny snowman. Excuse me, I can move this up and down. I can move it. If you want zoom at the top, put zoom at the top. I'm going to put it back down here because my students know it's at the bottom. That's where they've been using it. But let's say new analytics, I don't need that page. I don't want an extra link for my students to have to worry about. I'm going to disable this. So I'm just going to click disable. And what that's going to do is it's going to move it down here. And these are all of my pages that are currently disabled, which means it doesn't necessarily mean they're not published. It just means the students can't see them. So the students can't see them unless you take something from there and put them in modules. And then it's visible to the students. So I've disabled that page. I have everything up here I want. I'm going to come down here. You must click save. Once you click save, now you can see that if I scroll down here, my new analytics will not be visible. So I'm going to refresh my page, and you'll see now that new analytics is not available on the side. It's gone. It's still here if I want to drag it back up here. You could also do this. I'm going to drag this up here and put it back, or you can drag it down here to disable it. Either way. So hopefully this helps you out with your Canvas stuff, just to help the kiddos out a little bit with organization. And feel free, guys, if you have any questions, you can email me about the emojis or setting up any kind of organizational stuff, and I would be happy to help you out. So hopefully you found this helpful. Hope you guys are having a great year so far, and hang in there.